Hey, what's happening? It's Sean here bringing you another how-to video. Today we're going to be installing a front number plate on a 2022 Honda Grom or MSX125. This is the third generation Grom or the RR generation. And we're also going to be applying some 77 decals. And that's the company name, 77 Decals. They make number plates for the Grom. So we're going to put that on our new front number plate and also on the sides of our Grom. So let's take a look at what we've got going on. Here's the 77 decals, and you can see I've got my race number 92 and my name. And they did give me a little freebie, kind of a mini number plate, always cool. Might stick that on one of the kids' bikes, should be kind of fun. So what we're gonna need for this, to remove the headlight housing, I've got a 5mm Allen key, or hex key there. I also have a 5mm hex key for my screwdriver here. And then I've got the new number plate. I got this number plate from eBay. 77 Decals gives you 3 different number plate options based on what kind of front number you want to use. This here is from a 2002 through 2008 Honda CRF 100F. So I did decide to come inside here. I've got the number plate and my 77 decal. And I wanted to show you, I'm gonna use a brand new clean microfiber cloth, and I'm gonna rub this number plate down using a little bit of alcohol. That'll just make sure this surface is free from any dust, debris. You can see there's really fine kind of little hairs, things like that, dust. Any of that can get under your decal and keep it from looking clean and fresh when you get it applied. So we're going to get this number plate nice and clean. Okay, you can see I've got the graphics on the number plate now, and I didn't do a perfect job. It's a little misaligned down the center, but in general, it looks pretty good. How I did it is I started from the top and I basically peeled off the backing from one side and started down the middle here. So I stuck this middle section and slowly worked my way across one way, going that way at first. And the trickiest parts were probably down here by the crease. So once you got this edge done here, then I was able to work it up through the corner. And then this is nice that they have this slit here because it's easy to get this little wing afterwards. And then once I did that side, I just simply rotated it around and did the same thing using my hands, simply worked it across. I did not use any soapy water. There's a lot of opinions out there on the best way to apply graphics. Personally, I just did it right on the freshly cleaned number plate and had pretty good success. This is high quality vinyl. I'm not associated with 77 Decals at all. I paid for this at full price just like the next guy, but it is a high quality brand that I've used some of their graphics before. They do lay nicely, and I think they're pressure sensitive, meaning when you press them down, that's what helps the adhesion that contact does when you force them down, and that's what helps it stick. So these don't want to just sit and then the glue sticks and you're ripping it up, putting it back down. These lay pretty nicely, but you can see I didn't do a perfect job. I got a little crease or a couple creases there right in the corner. Can't get those out, but after I got both sides down, then I went and used my heat gun, or if you have a hair dryer, that's good, and just generally went around all the edges, made sure I tried to lay them flat. I worked out any little bubbles or creases that were in the corners, and I got it to turn out pretty decent, I think. Now back out in the garage, I'm gonna remove the headlight assembly, and to do that, I'm gonna start with these two 5mm hex head bolts. Now don't strip those, they are on there pretty tight, so be careful. You can use your hex key or a screwdriver, whatever you have, but be careful, put some inward force. When you're removing these bolts, the last thing you want to do is strip those out. With the bolts removed, we'll swing the bars over and we'll do the same and remove these 2 bolts on this side. When you remove that last bolt, just make sure you're supporting the headlight. You don't want it to go falling. And to get it to come off and pull away from the bike, you actually want to pinch the sides in just a hair. So pinch those 2 sides on the ends together, and that'll help you remove the headlight, and it should come apart from the bike just like that. And now you can see that top tab, that's the only plug we need to remove. So you're gonna push down on that little clip, that tab sticking out, and we're gonna push down on that and simply pull that plug away from the headlight. With the headlight removed, here's a quick optional step. I'm gonna use some electrical tape and tape around this plug just to make sure water and debris, things like that, don't get into that open connector. I plan on keeping this headlight off for the foreseeable future, as this is gonna be a race bike, but I wanna keep this harness here just so that I can revert it back to stock later. So I'm gonna wrap this well with electrical tape, and then I'll just tuck this cable out of the way, and I can always come back to it later if I'd like to reinstall the headlight. Another optional step before we install this number plate, if you don't like this part here that would normally wrap over dirt bike handlebars, you can get rid of that. You could use a scissors or tin snips or something and then file it down, or a Dremel tool would be something easy to get rid of that. Okay, I've done some Dremel tool work. You can see what I've got. This is the Works Maker X Dremel tool. Again, not sponsored by them, just a product that I've used and had good luck with. So that's how it looks after cutting it with the Dremel tool. Now, of course, I'll go through, do some finish work, and use a file and try to smooth that out to make it look as factory as I can. So here's a picture of the final product. I did end up taking that tab off the top as well, and it's not perfect. It's hard to get it exactly perfect, right? But I think I did a decent job. You can see a little bit of the difference in maybe the texture. It's not quite as polished looking where I had to take material off. But in general, you know, even here at about 8 inches away from the camera, you can tell it looks pretty smooth, and definitely better than having that big strap and the tab on top. Okay, now comes the tricky part of mounting this thing. So as you can see, I've been playing around with some zip tie mounts just so I can not make anything permanent and I can always reinstall the factory headlight later. But what I did is in the number plate that I bought, I actually took and drilled a hole just the size of the zip ties that I had on hand here. And I drilled a horizontal hole through that mounting tab in the middle, which that's where the dirt bike front number plate would have mounted to the triples on the dirt bike. But what I did is just drilled a horizontal hole there, and I've got a zip tie that's wrapped through that hole on both sides, and it's actually wrapped around the ignition cylinder that is underneath. I've kind of got it loosely strapped around some of the wiring there, but you can see there's the ignition cylinder, and that's what I've got that looped around. Now on the bottom side here, you can see the other side there, I fed another zip tie through these tabs that my number plate happened to have these. They probably just sat on a little peg on the front fender of the dirt bike, but if you don't have those little holes, that's okay. You can always drill yourself some new holes if you have anything else. I didn't want to drill in the sides of the number plate just because I think it'll be a little bit cleaner look by using some of the tabs on the back side. Now there's a million ways to mount this thing. I've seen people just drill 2 holes here and put zip ties and basically use the factory mounting brackets. You can do that too, but what I'm gonna do is run my zip tie like you can see on the other side. I'm gonna run my zip tie through that hole and right around the bottom triple, and we'll see once I get everything snugged up how it looks. Okay, for the side plates, there are a couple options we have. You can just simply install those right on the bike, or if you'd like to remove it, you can take these 3 plastic bolts off, and there's large washers behind them. Those are 5mm hex head bolts. So you can take those off, and then this whole piece will come off, and you can install the graphics that way. And you can choose to install them over top of your factory Grom ones. I'd recommend against that. I plan to peel these up. I hate to do it, but get rid of the factory Grom decals, and then what I can do is mount these over top. So that's what I plan on doing. Once you've got this decal removed, then I would use some alcohol and again a clean microfiber cloth, clean that surface before you install the new graphics. As you can see, I've got the factory decal removed. A little bittersweet, like I mentioned. And by the way, I was really fighting this one. You could see it started just chipping off instead of coming off as one big decal. So that's where your heat gun will help out big time. Once I started to add a little heat, once I got under the corner enough, I had no problems removing the decal in one big chunk. Okay, with a little patience, I was able to get the new decal mounted. This one turned out great. Can't find any imperfections here, so that's awesome. But one thing I wanted to show you is there is a bezeled edge, or kind of a chamfer on the edge. You can see that line along the edges here, and the decal is meant to go over that, okay? So when I was first trying to mount this thing up, I was trying to use that line and fit the decal inside that, and I realized that I would have been too far over here. So I just wanted to point that out, that the decal is supposed to go and kind of overlap around that edge. It's a super clean look. I was worried that this little piece on the other side of the crease wouldn't stick very well, but this decal went on very, very smoothly. Like I said, I think it's pressure sensitive vinyl. So once you get it just pressed down, it seems to stay. And then for good measure, I did take the heat gun and just carefully go around the edges. I had no problem installing this while it's on the bike, but again, you can remove this whole panel if you want. Of course, now we'll repeat the steps on the other side, so I'm gonna get this factory decal removed. And there you have it, I've got the left side done. Again, this one went on really well. Same tips as the last side. Make sure you get it all the way around the beveled edge. And really happy with how this turned out. And just like that, you've installed some number plates on your 3rd generation Grom. Hope this video was able to help you out. If you plan on knocking out the same project, at least give you some inspiration on ways that you may do it or choose to do it differently. If you learned anything or enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more how-to videos. Thanks everybody. God bless.